Hello world, Dinokonee here, back in the video, and today I will be revamping the rigging series. The other one was just old, it wasn't up to my newer standards of rigging, so I figured why not just revamp it so people can have better techniques for rigging. And so, that out of the way, this was a quick base model I have. I might post this one. If you want the specular off, you just turn that off, but this is what I find to look better. That's out of the way, let's begin. So you want to begin with your armature, go down into here, I forgot what it's called, object data properties, go to viewport display, and then hit in front. Next, you want to go over to this bone and rename it to base, not that, to base. You don't want to edit this. You don't want to edit this one at all. Always have snapping on. You don't want to edit this one at all because editing it just, trust me, it makes things harder. Next, you want to duplicate this bone. Let me turn on my shortcut UV. And you want to now drag it up from here. After you duplicate this bone, drag it to here, snapping on, and then out to R90 minus sign, enter. Drag it into. Next, you want to hit Alt R so you reset this roll. Then you want to subdivide this, and you want to name these bones. Arm top.r, arm bottom.r. Then you want to rename this wrist.r. Now we got basically it all set up, but we need to do a few more things first. So I'll give this thing its limit rotation thing. Make sure this is on local space. Turn this on, and make this 125. Nope, that is the other way of doing that. Yep. And now that we got this, sorry, I got this one mixed up because I don't reset the roll all the time, so this time I did reset the roll. And always turn this on. This makes it so that it can't go past its determined amount. Oh gosh, I misclicked. Oops, wrong button. Then you want to go down to here and change this to, I would recommend this one probably. And then just like, boom. As you can see, it just stops there. Go ahead and lock these ones. Perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this arm overlay. I'm going to copy its name. Then delete this. Go over to here and be ready to edit this one. Now what we want to do is we want to hit A. You can either turn this up to 1 or do Shift E and drag out to it's at 1. You want to add 2 loop cuts. Then change to the 3 and add a third one. Boom. Next you want to select this. Shift select Control P, empty groups. Empty groups is important, that way you can select how it's arranged. Delete this one if you want to. I'm going to do that. Next, we're going to tap this, select all these. Make sure X-ray is on, that's important. Select this. Goodness. Sorry, my cat just sneezed, it was hilariously adorable. Then you want to grab these, connect them to this. And finally, this one to this one. And now when we rotate at 90 degrees, you can hold control for snapping on. Like if I say I wanted to have this snapping on, just hold control down. I'm just gonna hit R90 minus sign, get to here. You should have something looking kind of like this. Next, you're gonna go down to here, close this, and turn these two things on, that you can see it like this. Then add 2 drivers, sorry 3. I'll just call this one bend 90. And this one, bend 125. Go right here. We're gonna hit add driver, tan var divided by 2. If you don't know what tan means, it just means tangent. Local space, armature, arm bottom.r. I think it would be Z rotation. It is. I have that on. Turn on snapping. Drag this up to here. This one to here, then these to here, that one to here. This is really old one stopped, but what you actually want to do is you want to drag this one up here and this one right here. It's a better bend. Let me go ahead and turn this thing on so I can show you. It keeps the skin, it just looks better basically. Next up, we want to go to 125 degrees. What you want to do is you want to change this one to 2, copy this driver, paste it here, edit it, make this one, the end, -1. Basically, it just offsets it, basically. It just offsets it. Turn this off now. Now we have this set up. You want to press this. Now we can begin. I'm going to drag these as close as you can over here. As close as you can. Right click, snap vertices, selection to grid. Same with these. You want to drag it over as fast, not as fast, as much as you can. Right click, snap, selection to grid. Same with these. You don't really have to have snapping on. As long as you get it close enough, you'll just snap them to the grid, and they should all align down there. And make sure you're editing it on the correct driver. If you're not on the right driver, it will not work. After that's done, go over to tap this one so you can do all your extrusions, all that stuff later, and boom, got our arm almost working. Next up, we need to add our extra loop cuts so that it looks like so we can actually extrude it. So when you go back over here, I'll say the 3, that's good. Place one here, 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 and here. The way loop cuts work is if it's 4 pixels across. If you need 4 pixels, it's 3. It's just 1 less than what you technically asked for. Now we're going to be doing the wrist, because as you can see, this is not a good wrist. What you want to do is you want to select here, remove the wrist from this part, same with the bottom arm. Then you want to re-add the wrist right here. Next, drag this back 1 pixel. It's looking a bit like that. Duplicate this. Move it to this bone there. Drag it back, then drag this forward 1. Now we've got this all set up, we can do some of our bendy bones. You want to parent the wrist.r to 001 to the actual wrist. And duplicated one of these to the actual the actual on bottom. Jeez, just forgot the name for a second there. And now we have that all set up, we can do our stuff in here. Select this one, shift select this one, Control Shift C, stretch 2. Hit this to make sure it's reset. Volume variation 0, rotation XZ. And now if we did this correctly, it should be looking a bit like this. Now you want to copy this thing's name, or you can just go down to here, hit Control C, Control V, and parent it to all of these ones right here. As you can see, it's not looking quite right yet. Looking a bit goofy. To fix this, you tap this one, go into here, bendy bones, segments up to 32, absolute, absolute. This one will always be the one at the back of the bendy bone. So that means this one would be the arm bottom.r, this one would be the wrist.r. And would you look at that? We got a perfectly good wrist. And now we can do basically this. Now, to get the better wrist, you want to put a subdivision surface on this thing. Boom. That's why I said to add that. And now we have our smooth bend too. This is our smooth bend. And if you want the sharp bend, what you do is you go into edit mode, select this middle vertex, and increase it. And boom. Sharp bend. If you want to switch for this, a switch would be doing this. Go down to here, put this on above this, 0.001, segment 2. I think this is correct. Hold up. Don't remember the exact order. It's been a while since I've actually done this. Yeah, this is. Then you want to go down to here. Weird. Change it to vertex group. Sharp, put it into here, then give it to this, and then voila. We have our sharp end, and if you want to, you can disable it like this, and boom, smooth bend. You put that like a custom property thing, not like leave it like this. But yeah, this is how you would basically keep the custom property. Or sorry, make it sharp and smooth, then switch. Do this for mine. Now that's done. Have the overlay. I'm going to select this. Shift D. S. Hold Control. Scale it up like that. Then go down to here. Arm overlayer.r. edit mode, A, drag it down, snapping onto here. And now we should have this working just fine. And there we go. That's how we have our fully functioning arm. And then, if you want to, you can go ahead and do this. Now that you've done all this, go over to here, select all these, armature, symmetrize. You can duplicate the arm over, and I'd go ahead and do this. I'll go ahead and select these two things, object, apply, scale. It makes life easier a lot of times. And it won't be set up quite on this side. What you can do to fix that, let me go ahead and hide these things. Delete this. You can duplicate this one over here. Rotate it like this. Then do SZ -1. Object, apply, scale. And then drag these things down to right here. As you can see, these things aren't quite exactly lining up. That's actually because apparently oh gosh, yep, you don't do this thing. That was I forget, like, confused with an old method of mine. My bad. That's an old method of mine that you do that gets that to work. Old and not as efficient. And now to fix this, go ahead and do this. Go down to its groups, and since they're all named .r, change them all from .r to .l. Next, for the driver, make this .l, and then make this, put a minus in front of it. Same with this one. Minus basically inverts it. And then, boom. Oh, if that ever happens, just put it back. With the .l, obviously. And then, boom. Got our arm working. So we're gonna go ahead and, now you can just do the same thing. Shift-D, scale it up. Copy the name of this one because you're lazy. Paste it on this one, .r.l. Boom, boom. Then drag this one out to here. Oh, it's not on. And now we got our two fully functioning arms. And I'll just go ahead and add the shoulder bone right now. Boom, boom. Shoulder.r. Parent this to this one. Select these, armature, symmetrize. And now, boom, now our shoulders are working. That's our fully functioning arms right now. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to revamp this whole series. I think it'll be fun to do. And since this is now done, if you want to see more of this, I'll be doing more. So basically, hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next ones. Peace.